Hello again, everyone. Vintage Masters with Etram. Um, hmm. Well, Silvos is a good reason to be green. Hmm. Oh, that is a really nice looking foil Deep Analysis. And Deep Analysis is probably one of my favorite draw cards in the entire format. So I'm going to take it. Knowing that I pass Silvos and then get past Fellows and go, well, alright, I passed a Silvos. And then I'm passing... Holy crap, that is not a good color to jump into. Holy heck. Wow. If I pass that, though, I'm giving someone this insane-o nutty green deck. Like, beyond insanely crazy. Maybe, though, I just... Fellows can produce so much mana in the right deck. It just is ridiculous. Maybe I just take a repel and stick to the blue. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay out of the green. It's awkward because there's a lot of good green stuff floating around, and I could have had some insane green, but instead I'm taking blue stuff because blue is just an extremely powerful color in this format and just overall in general. So taking like Deep Analysis, Obsessive Search, Repel, nothing wrong with that. Could do like blue-white flyers. These guys are still coming around. Did I take a Gust Cloak area? I passed Piana. Will that force someone into white? Probably not. Sure, I'll do a blue-white deck. Fine with that. Had success with that once in the past. I guess I could have just taken the Kenai even and stayed mono blue at that point, but then I get past Radiant, which works out wonderfully for me, and I will take it. A counter spell seems great, although Ancient Tomb could be kind of cool too. Ancient Tomb would run things out one turn quicker, but it shock me every single time I use it. Or I can use a counter spell. I guess I could take the Ancient. No, I'm going to take the counter spell. I'm going to take the counter spell. The Ancient Tomb's good, but the price of damaging myself that much just seems to override the benefit from the Ancient Tomb, personally. Radiant's Judgment or an Afterlife. I love both of these cards, actually. This, since it can cycle. This, just because it's a powerful removal. With more tempo-based removal, having a solid removal like Afterlife is probably fine. And then I can pick up another one. And it's either a Shelter or a Gilded Light. I might grab a Gilded Light for the sideboard. It also cycles in the worst case, but it's a good sideboard card to have. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yes, so far so good. Whew, sorry. Okay, so I've got some alright draw effects. I have a Deep Analysis and an Obsessive Search. I've got some removal, and I've got a finisher in the form of Radiant right now, just in these 10 cards. And I've got a curve, too. That's kind of scary. Very interesting. Kind of scary, but very interesting. Our opponents are apparently taking their time now. Oh, I still get to pick up a Radiance Judgment? That's cool. And my curve now actually is pretty interesting. Kind of goes... I guess there's a jump here, and then again a jump there. And I get to pick up a Centauri Trooper. That's fine for a blue-white deck. And then there's just some shit left over. Foily. Fine. Whatever. How it goes. So we're in a blue-white build by the looks of it. More card draw would be good. Battle Screech would be really good. Another Radiant would be fine. I wouldn't be against getting another Radiant since it's an uncommon. It's liable to happen. Is Bayou worth anything? I don't think it is anymore. I mean, it might be, but it's probably not worth a heck of a lot anymore. It's awkward how the dual lands have just bottomed out, but I suppose it is nearly 7 tickets, so I'm going to take it just because sometimes I just need to pick up a little bit of money cards. The cards that I would love in this pack are these 3. I mean, I would just straight really like to have these 3, but sometimes you gotta pick up a money when you get some money. Manowar or Counterspell or Exile. I'm gonna take the Manowar because it's a nice tempo play. And I get a Gush. Gush, definitely one of my favorite cards in this format. If not overall, Gush is amazing. Freaking amazing. I don't know how to say it more. Gush is an amazing card. Wow, there is a giant contingent of blue-white here. We're not comboing, so High Tides, no. Mystic Zealot's pretty good. Another Manowar is never a problem. Maybe I'll take another Manowar, because it can, like, knock out opposing blockers. Passing so many good white cards at this point just makes me feel bad. Passing a Manowar makes me feel bad, but I think I like taking the Manowar better right now over the Mystic Zealot. I don't like passing Mystic Zealot and Sultari Trooper, but I think Manowar is the better card for me, so I'm going to take it. And that's a second Gush, which is ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. Come on now. Gush is amazing. Holy shit. Not only is it a combo card, it's free. You can then like discard lands to all sorts of things in this. In this format, Gush is freaking amazing. It's really good in the combo deck. Really good in the combo deck. But even just like this, it is just powerful beyond belief. The fact that you can go like on the turn you'd go to play Radiant, you can go Gush, Radiant, and not have spent any mana. It's just boom. And a Waterfront Bouncer is cool for this point. Again, Gush, get lands in your hand, discard lands to Waterfront Bouncer. Holy cow, that's good. 2 Gushes. And we're not even into pack 3 yet. Oh my. I'm getting kind of dizzy. I can pick up a Scrivener, that's fine, because Afterlife, Radiance Judgment, Counterspell, Gush, Obsessive Search. Yeah, I'm fine picking up a Scrivener. I always, if I'm in a blue deck with a lot of instants, which by the way, repel as well, I like having a 1 of Scrivener in my deck. I really do. I like both Rescind and Owl Familiar here. I think I'm going to grab the Owl Familiar just because it's A, flyer for Radiant, and B, it can trigger things like Obsessive Search. I still don't know if I'm going to get something crazy in black maybe in the final pack where Bad River would be useful, but I'm going to go with the Owl Familiar on this one. And then I get to pick up an Exile, which helps because I'm playing a more controlling shell here. So with double Afterlife, Exile, Radiance Judgment, double Repel, double Gush, Radiant and Radiance Judgment, so that's pretty cool. Seems to like fit there. From this stuff, I might grab a Dothy Mercenary. Not a necessary pick, but then again, there wasn't anything that was like good for me in there. Oh my, there's actually 3 good cards for me here. Gusco Carrier's pretty dang good. Sidar Jabari, Jabari, Jabal, Sidar, or Circular Logic. I like both. I'm gonna take the Circular Logic because I like having the counterspell. And Mystic Zealot came back to me. Sure. Sidar's good, but I like having the counterspell that I can discard the Water from Bouncer to bounce a guy and counter a spell for blue. Seems pretty good. I'll just grab another Gilded Light, I guess. If I go up against the combo deck, I am prepared. I have 2 answers to them. Not that I actually usually see people playing the combo deck aside from me a lot, but it could happen. Although the fact that I got double gush means it's probably not out there because that's an insane card for the combo deck too. Who knows? Although the High Tide did get snapped up. Maybe they just didn't see the gush. Or maybe the High Tide just got snapped up as a late pick. When was that? Was that in pack 1 or pack 2? I can't remember. Really can't. Whatever. Foil Coercive Portal. Having played with Coercive Portal before, I know how awesome that card is. Foil just makes it kind of cool. Another Water from Bouncer would be awesome. So, any of these 3 cards, I would love to see back. Any of them. Ideally, I'd get this guy back, or this guy. I'd even be perfectly fine with Obsessive Search. But yeah, Foil Coercive Portal gets played and is awesome. Picking up either Brainstorm or Soltari Trooper seems pretty good here. Soltari Trooper gives me another early attack guy to lower my opponent's life total. Brainstorm just gives me another draw effect, which I have a lot of draw effects, so I think I'm going to take the Soltari Trooper on this one. Soltari Emissary, Lonely Sandbar, Cloud of Fairies, Splash Black for Death's Grasp. Maybe I Splash Black for Death's Grasp. If I can get like a Bad River or something like that. Just gives me another win con. Maybe I just go with the safe picks in these. Do I want to have a little more aggro element or the control finisher? I'm gonna take the Death's Grasp. Okay, Floodplain's fine. Another Repel's pretty cool. Another Afterlife's pretty cool. But Floodplain helps me with all the rest of my mana. There's another High Tide. Actually, High Tide could be alright with Death's Grasp. It gives me a much higher X for my Death's Grasp. Other options are Brainstorm or Secluded Step. I'm fine with any of these. Maybe I get this, and if the High Tide wields, I'll take the High Tide at that point. Another Radiance Judgment or Skywing Haven. I'm going to take the Skywing Haven because it's a guy that can help with the beatdown plan. Owl Familiar, Aquamoeba, Exile. I think I like having a second Exile. I think I like having another one. Seems pretty decent. So yeah, I have a million draw effects, which is actually almost dangerously high on draw effects in this deck. Yeah, it's almost dangerously high on draw effects in this deck. Phantom Nomad or a Lonely Sandbar. Nomad's more of an aggro plan. Sandbar's more of a control plan. We'll take the Sandbar because we're playing more of a controlling deck. Oh, well, a Banala Trapper came back to me. Stoic Champion's pretty cool too, but Banala Trapper is just good for my deck. Means the Waterfront Bouncer didn't make it back, but that's no big surprise because Waterfront Bouncer is pretty nuts. Yeah, I don't give a shit about any of this. I'm gonna take this Foily card because it shines. And the Soltari Emissary came back to me. Okay, so we got some good cards here. Splashing Death's Grasp may be difficult, but I probably would still do it because I'm gonna draw so many cards that I can like splash it off of one swamp or something like that. Because I won't want to cast it till it's late game anyways. So at that point, I think it'd be perfectly alright. So I'm probably going to do that. Because that just is a great way to kill a player off. You start damaging him with some stuff, and then you just go Death's Grasp, win. Third Repel, Third Afterlife, or Renewed Faith. I think I like the tempo play of the Third Repel. I probably won't play 3 Repels, but if I was to play another Repel for some reason, I would want the Third Repel over. Or another removal, I'd probably want the Third Repel over the Third Afterlife. Because Afterlife still leaves them with something. Seclude Step seems perfectly fine. Mistborn Griffin's good too, but I think I like the Seclude Step better. I'm a blue-white control deck, which is interesting for this format, because I think I've done blue-white once before, but I was more of a tempo deck at that point, and in this case, I think I'm more of a control deck, which is going to win through either like Radiant Mystic Zealot, just beating them down in the air. I guess I have some tempo portions to me, but I think my main ways to win are going to be Radiant and Death's Grasp, so it'll be interesting to see. Double Gush, dear goodness. The High Tide didn't come back. Again. So maybe someone is in combo. It's a good thing I have double Gilded Light in my sideboard. So yeah, that just starts there. Because of how ridiculous that card is. Then we're going to grab some of these. Come back to this guy. Grab that. Grab that. Grab those. Grab that. Grab 2 of those. Grab 1 of that. Grab those. 1 of those. For starters. 1 of those. Not that. Grab both of those. Grab that. Grab that. Grab this. And grab this. Grab those. Grab that. And I have a deck. With a single swamp, which is just fine, because I don't need it early. And I think I will see you all in round 1.